The sun beat down on the valley of Elah. Two armies faced each other, tense and ready for battle. The Israelites, God's chosen people, stood on one side. Their enemies, the Philistines, stood on the other. For 40 days, this standoff had persisted, a stalemate of fear and bravado. The Philistine army, known for its ferocity, boasted superior weaponry and intimidating warriors. Each day, the Philistines would emerge from their camps, their armor gleaming in the sunlight. They taunted the Israelites, their voices echoing across the valley. From the Philistine ranks emerged a giant of a man named Goliath. Towering over 9 feet tall, Goliath was a terrifying sight. His armor gleamed, and his spear seemed as thick as a weaver's beam. He was the champion of the Philistines, a seasoned warrior who instilled fear with every step he took. Goliath roared across the battlefield, his voice booming like thunder. He challenged the Israelites. "Choose a man to fight me," he bellowed. "If he kills me, we will be your slaves. But if I win, you will be our slaves." The giant's laughter echoed ominously across the valley. His words struck fear into the hearts of the Israelites. No one dared to answer his call. Back in Bethlehem, a young shepherd named David tended his father's sheep. David was a handsome boy, known for his courage and his skill with a sling. One day, David's father, Jesse, sent him to the Israelite camp. His 3 eldest brothers were soldiers in Saul's army, and Jesse was concerned for their well-being. "Take these provisions to your brothers," Jesse instructed, "and bring me back news of their welfare." David arrived at the camp as Goliath was issuing his daily challenge. David was shocked. How could the Israelites stand by and allow this giant to defy the armies of the living God? David's brothers, hardened by fear, dismissed his outrage. Section 4. Faith over fear. David's faith in God was unshakable. He told anyone who would listen, "The Lord who rescued me from the paw of the lion and the paw of the bear will rescue me from the hand of this Philistine." Word of David's confidence reached King Saul. Though skeptical, Saul summoned the young shepherd. David, looking into the troubled face of his king, boldly declared, "Your servant will go and fight this Philistine." Saul, desperate for a champion, yet doubtful of David's chances, reluctantly agreed. He offered David his own armor, hoping that it might offer the young shepherd some protection. David, however, refused the cumbersome armor, finding comfort and familiarity in the tools of his trade. David trusted not in the might of man-made weapons, but in the strength and protection of the God he worshipped. Section 5. Triumph of the underdog. David, armed with only his shepherd's staff, sling, and 5 smooth stones from the brook, approached Goliath. The giant laughed. "Am I a dog, that you come at me with sticks?" David stood firm, his voice ringing with unwavering faith. "You come against me with sword and spear and javelin, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied." With a swift motion, David launched a stone from his sling. It flew straight and true, sinking into Goliath's forehead. The giant, stunned and disoriented, crashed to the ground. Section 6. Legacy of Courage. The Philistines, seeing their champion defeated, fled in terror. David, the shepherd boy, had become a national hero, his victory a symbol of God's power and faithfulness. The Israelites, their spirits reignited by David's courage, rallied and chased after the Philistines, securing a resounding victory for their army. The story of David and Goliath became a timeless testament to the power of faith. It served as a reminder that God does not need mighty warriors to achieve his purposes. He can use anyone, even a humble shepherd boy, to accomplish extraordinary feats. David's courage continues to inspire us, even today.